Hi Aries, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for a tarot reading for all Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thanks to everybody as usual for all the support. I appreciate you all. And if you're new, welcome. I post new readings on Friday, then again on Monday. So if a reading doesn't resonate, come back in a couple of days. You can watch a new reading. Fridays are always a general reading. So today's reading will bring in aspects of finance, career, travel, moving, and of course love. Monday will be something totally different every week. I will be doing the 4-month predictive readings coming out here in the end of August for the months of September through December. And if you like tarot and you like the channel, I'd love to invite you to subscribe to Higher Source Tarot. Okay, what advice do you have for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What does Aries need to know, please, for the best and highest good of all concerned with Aries? Messages for Aries, please. Okay. All right, so we'll start here with the tarot, and then we'll have the angel answers. All right, you have the Eight of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Justice. We've got Temperance, interesting. The Star, I'm liking it already. The Seven of Pentacles and the Hangman. So half of the cards here, half the reading, major arcana, major life events coming up here when we start to see this, but very positive. I love to see Temperance and the Star. They're two of the most beautiful cards I feel in the deck. And so we also have two. There's something about a change in perspective that's going to be important. Something that was what seemed to be a loss is not going to be a loss. Okay, I feel like with the Justice card right next to that Five of Cups, justice is going to be served. Somebody else might get a big dose of it. But you definitely, let's see, you've got very positive energy, but you've got Aquarius, Sagittarius, you have fire in general. So Aries, Leo, Sag. We have water, earth here, and we have Libra too. So with the Eight of Wands here, you're definitely going to be attracting. I feel like there's like this buzz around you, a lot of conversations going on around you. And I do feel like you're going to be in the know if it's something work related, but there's just this buzz, kind of like a lot of hushed voices and things like that. And so I do feel like there's going to be a big change. Some of this, though, can be if it's an ex or something that you're involved with that Five of Cups, or it was a previous job. I do feel like it brought some disappointment into your life. It was that contrast, unexpected change, but unwanted change. But with this, you're not going to look back. Eight of Wands is very solid energy in terms of vibration, rhythm, it's evolution. And so you're going to be growing here. This is also the arrows of love in the tarot. So I do feel like with this as well, you have if you're not dating anybody, you have somebody that's going to come in. And I do feel like they're going to be a lot more mature than, whoever has been in the past. If it's a relationship that you're already in, though, you definitely have very positive aspects coming in here in terms of relationship, in terms of healing relationships too. So with this Knight of Wands, you're going to be feeling this energy. I feel like you've got this extra kind of kick in your step. The Knight of Wands has you making moves. And so for some of you too, if you're, again, entering a new relationship or even with a job, you really get into flow here. It's your own energy, of course, but it's also like that energy of excitement, enthusiasm. Something really cool is going to happen to you when you're in the Knight of Wands, because you have sort of this courageous, push it forward energy without being worried about risks and without being worried about what people think about you. And so with the Knight of Wands, it's an action energy, but it leads to more expansion. So again, I do feel like if you have something too, if you're starting, I heard catalog business. I don't know why. It could be one of you out there, or if it's some kind of online business and you're doing it as a side hustle deal, you're going to have a lot of extra energy to put forth into it. And I do feel like somebody here, you got to be a little careful with it in terms of balance, because it will be easy enough that you could spend hours doing it. And it's like all of a sudden you go, holy shit, it's 11 o'clock at night and I've been doing this all evening and I have to get up and go to my day job. Oh my God. I get that kind of energy because this will take you away. This is like swept away type of energy. So just be aware of that in terms of work, but it's great for career because you don't tire out. So with the Five of Cups here, I mentioned this already, there's change. That's the easiest way to explain a 5, but there was some loss or what felt like a loss. I'm telling you though, with Justice, it's all going to make sense. You know, we look at this, right? These 3 cups that are down, to me, it always symbolizes you, whatever you were joined with, whether it was a job or a person, and then that fall of that union. But there are 2 upright cups behind you. And so it's really about looking at where are you going, not where have I been. We don't want to stay here. It's okay to look in the rear view mirror, right? Glance, but we don't want to stare. Hey, that's how accidents happen. So with this, they're trying to call you forward. They're saying just let go of it. And I do feel like it's fairly minimal. I feel like you've been through whatever this was. There was a bit of a grieving process. And I feel like you've gone through that pretty well. But it still has just a little bit of a hold. That's how it feels, just a little bit lingering. And so Justice comes in here, pardon me on that, Justice comes in here to tell you that the universe is a fair place. And so I do feel like with this, you're going to learn some things. It's the absolute truth, seeing things for what they are. But this is also a cause and effect energy. So I also feel like for some of you, that love, that relationship, that career expansion, because you have money here too, it's all already been set into motion. It's like you get what you were. Okay, you know what I mean with that? Like we get what we are, but we also get what we were, the energy that we've already put out there. We're manifesting that stuff today. And so I do feel like with Justice too, if there was something legal going on here, that disappointment was tied to something legal, it is a decision in your favor. And you've got wonderful healing energy surrounding it. So after Justice comes in the Hanged Man in order. So just to be clear, they used to call this the Hanging Man. In some of the original decks. So it's like there's a surrender to win energy. But what I think is interesting about this, we've got 78 cards here. And so the Hangman came right underneath Justice, almost right next to it. It's like you get a different perspective on whatever it was. It's no longer going to be seen as a loss. It's going to be seen in some way as a gain. And it's going to be seen as the right thing happened for you. Whether you've felt it yet or not, you will. And so for some of you too, if it was a relationship that ended, I do feel like you're going to see that person carrying the same pattern on again. So with the Temperance energy, with the Star here, and even with the Hangman, I mean, this is like, talk about a new perspective. Temperance teaches us to wear the world like a loose-fitting garment. It's an energy of going with the flow, being in flow. But especially with the Star and the Hangman, it's a change in perspective and great healing energy. So I can't say this enough, Aries. You're going to get information that's going to free you up. Whatever's been somewhat in your heart, just kind of, it just feels like it's just been resonating in a corner. It's just kind of stuck there. This is where the big release comes from. Now, interestingly enough, the Star and Temperance both have a contact with that source energy, the pool of consciousness, the seat of the soul. But the Star leans on the soul for balance, whereas the Temperance card, the Archangel Michael, just kind of dips his toe in. So it may be the beginning, but it's definitely going to be something where you're going to feel very strong. This sort of renewal. There's a renewal here. And so with the Temperance energy as well, you're in this energy going to feel in a new relationship or a new job very much supported. So the things that were missing before in the situation you were in, the support, the trust, that overall absolute trust was just not there. And this time it is. And so I feel like you're going to have a lot more freedom in some ways. There's like a freedom with this when you can trust your environment. So the Star tells you you're on the right path. We know this is wish fulfillment. Oftentimes the numbers 7 and 8 are associated with this. So it could be something into August, but it may carry you the next 7-8 weeks. So we could be talking about October really getting a turning point happening here. But I feel like too, there's going to be some reflection. There's something about reflection in this that it's like it all comes together and makes sense. So there may be little nuances along the way in trying to understand the situation that really free you up. But I'm telling you, you're free in this energy. I also feel like too, whoever you're bringing in, they're very kind and loving. They may be something related to the medical field. If they're even in sales, it may be something to do with the medical field or wellness. I keep hearing wellness. So anything that they might do there, or maybe it's even like, yeah, I saw like a chiropractor. It's like anything to do with health and wellness. I get that as their possible profession. But I do feel like their nature in general is just very caring and in general for society. You know, they have a depth and caring about humanity that's really attractive. So with the Seven of Pentacles, it also could be your job situation. Those of you, if you're in some kind of social justice, with the Seven of Pentacles, here's where the money comes in, though. Here's where the payoff comes in. So some of you that it was a job that ended, you're going to be making more money. There's definitely going to be an increase. And I also feel like there's going to be opportunities to earn bonuses, to get extra money here and there. But with the Seven of Pentacles, whatever you've been waiting for, here's where it comes in. Money does grow on trees. They're telling you there's a successful conclusion. So I may have mentioned earlier, the Hangman, this is surrender to win. I also feel like, too, it may be connected to the person that you're attracting, very easygoing energy. Somebody who likes to, they're fine being at home, but they like to go out and be, you know, in kind of a calming, tranquil atmosphere. I see like, you know, one of those coffee shops or like a jazz bar or something like that where it's not like a lot of stimulation. It's not like some huge concert venue. And I'm not saying they wouldn't do that, but there's something about this where they like to spend time in places where they can actually talk to you and hear you. Isn't that refreshing? But I do feel like with this, you have a different perspective from what you've been through, and it's going to help whatever you're going into, Aries. So in a job, in a relationship, there's a renewal here, but there's a greater appreciation with this Hangman energy. So it's a visionary vision quest. Let's see here what the angels have to say for you. Messages for Aries, please. Advice for Aries. What else does Aries need to know? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. Oops. All right, you have here meditation brings answers. So especially with the Star, Temperance, and the Hangman, be in that place of spirituality. The situation will improve. Well, I should say yes, you definitely are on the upswing here. They do say be assertive, and with that Eight of Wands, Knight of Wands, that shouldn't be too hard. Take action. You have it again, my word. And you have don't stop. So that's a go, go, go. I'm telling you, that gas pedal's pressed down when you're with the Knight of Wands, Eight of Wands. But good things are on the way for you, Aries. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.